Hello ladies and gentlemen, vBlackWolf here, and I'm finally back home. Long time no see, lads. I'm so sorry I forgot my camera home while I was in vacation, but I'm finally back, so you can expect to see soon enough some streams. Not 100% sure if today, but tomorrow for sure. And yeah, thank you for bearing with me until I got home. It was a very nice vacation, I might add. But yeah, back to business. We're up against Raven yet again. This is rank 4 Raven at this point, I think, and we're going to use a level 8 Sword of Salvation on Conflant Sakomen, a level 3 Sword of Sin on Dr. Fate, and a level 1 Trigon Staff on Red Hoods. Obviously, the Sword of Salvation is gonna serve the purpose of power generation and damage on Conflant Sakomen, and the other two artifacts are going to be there just for the passive stats that they provide. And yeah, I could have used All Blades on King, but I think the damage would have been kind of the same for the most part. And I can't use Beta Club here because this dude doesn't get damaged by dots. This gal, excuse me, that's a Raven over there, that's a female. But yeah, over there, I don't know if you noticed, but I had a little bit of lag. I really don't know what's happening. Like, I just got home and got to my main computer, and when I turned on the emulator, it was acting a little bit weird and lagged a bit during fights. Also, I'm getting the feeling that it looks a little bit better than it looked previously, so maybe they randomly decided to change around my graphics profile. So I don't know, man. Hopefully I don't lag anymore at some point, maybe. But yeah, the lag is not too bad. You might notice that I'm not using Raven here. This is the account with Raven on it, you're not mistaken, but Raven does far more in this fight and in most fights actually for Black Manta than for Conflant Sakomen. Like, don't get me wrong, Conflant Sakomen will still deal more damage than Black Manta, but a huge portion of that, like 75% of the damage we deal with King, is going to be the special 3% health damage. And by adding Raven in there, we do not benefit or change that in any way, shape or form. So, will not get a huge damage increase from Raven with Conflant Sakomen. At the very least, not as big as Black Manta, because Black Manta goes, when you add a Raven in there, it goes from dealing 30 million damage all the way to dealing like 120, 140. My Black Manta at the very least, only 4 stars, keep that in mind. So yeah, it's definitely far more work for me to use that with Black Manta. Another special tree in there, and over here we just hit the sweet spot where you are able to just spam special trees every single combo with Sword of Salvation, and that's something I really love about this artifact. Again, not taking the risk to try and go for a special tree if I don't have enough energy before the last swipe right, because you never know if that's gonna be power steal or not. And yeah, I'm not too excited about fighting Raven again. Like, we just went through that with the other account where we didn't have Raven, and like Conflant Sakomen was dealing some damage, so Revenge was barely pulling a 20 mil damage, the Just League team was barely pulling a 20 mil damage, and other than that everything was below 10 million. And I just got through that experience on the other account, and I was not too happy about fighting Raven again, lads. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and on this account we'll have a little bit more fun because we do have the Advent of Chaos artifacts to help us out, and we also do have Raven and Black Manta, so it's gonna be far more fun than the other account. But yes, I'm not close to, not even close to having 6 teams that deal above 20 million damage. Like, that's something that's not gonna happen, and I'm aware of it. I will get through it. There we go, that's the fight with Conflant Sakomen. I would say it went decently well. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it yourselves. Yeah, there we go. Again, a huge percentage of that is going to be the percentage on the special tree. The Black Manta in there. I tagged him in a bit to generate some power, and I'll do some mistakes in this fight. This is not my best Black Manta fight so far, by far. So there will be definitely some mistakes on this one. But please do keep in mind that I was playing this after traveling by train for like 5 hours, and I just got home and I was like, yeah, I gotta play the Soul Raid pips. And yeah, I enjoyed playing them, don't get me wrong, and it's content for me, so it's great. But yeah, I was not in the best state of mind, and this is a team that requires a lot of attention, because there's so many things that can go wrong. And the thing that went the most wrong was me trying to do a super move with Black Manta. Like, trust me, if I did not try to do a super move with Black Manta, this would have been a perfect fight, start to finish. But that's when everything is gonna go downhill. We're at 100 stacks here, having a good time, dealing all the way to above 1 million when it's a fast stack hit. There we go, 5 stacks. We're dealing decent damage here. Well, dealing decent damage, don't get me wrong. Excuse me for that one. I turn off the air conditioning after this video is getting too far. Yeah, I didn't have air conditioning at some places where I was in vacation, so that sucked. But yeah, over here we messed up a lot. Black Manta almost died. That super move was just not worth it. I'm just gonna say that. That super move was definitely not worth it. And yeah, I failed a ghost step there. And Raven got hit on the way in. We reset the darkness thankfully, but yeah, the stacks on Manta are not still up. Keep in mind, it's a 4-star Black Manta. If this was a 5-star Black Manta or a 6-star Black Manta, and we had a little bit of a higher duration on that passive, we wouldn't have had this problem, but you gotta use what you have, man. There we go, we're setting darkness with Raven, blocking that first hit. Also, there's a huge advantage that I have Just League Flash in this team, because we can get fast enough all the way up to 100 combo. And yeah, a little bit of an estimation, like assuming that I'm not gonna do any further mistakes, and as far as I remember, I don't think I will do in this fight. But yeah, let's just assume that we lost around 20 to 30 million damage here because of those mistakes. And yeah, overall it's not like a huge amount, but it's something that can matter at some point. Raven back in there, tag in, 3 hits. Special 1, 3 hits is enough to be able to tag in right after a special 1. Black Manta in there, 1 combo on the tag in, 2nd combo, 3rd combo, 4th combo, and after that you kinda have to tag in. Raven back in there, special 1, blocking the first hit, Black Manta back in. Yeah, this is about it for this fight. Yeah, we had that little bit of a mistake there, and one mistake is all it takes, as you can see, to lose a ton of damage. But yeah, there we go. Still a decent amount. Now playing with the Silver Banshee team. Again, it's gonna be more or less an enjoyable experience because we have the Sword of Salvation on Reverse Flash, so that's gonna be all the power generation we need. We are still using Gold Blades on Silver Banshee because she benefits far more so far from that. Again, if I had maxed out Advent of Chaos artifacts, I would use those. But unless I do, just put the highest level ones on the other characters for the passive stats and just put all Blades on Raven. On Silver Banshee. So yet again, for the previous team, if I didn't mention, like, they had the same artifacts, the one with Raven Manta, they had literally the same artifacts that we had on the King team, and this one is gonna have the All Blades on Silver Banshee. I got some special 3 damage on that one, so that's something to keep in mind. We'll have the Sword of Salvation at level 8 on Reverse Flash, and we'll have the Sword of Sin at level 3 on Power Girl. Yet again, that one is just for the passive stats, we don't need to reduce any armor here. Special 3 in there, backing off 2 times special 1, Reverse Flash back in there, backing off 2 times, re-engage in the combo. I have found this combo to work on a lot of fights with Silver Banshee, because your main problem is Reverse Flash being able to chain a combo after getting tagged in. Because if you're using Gold Blades, like if you're not using Gold Blades, there are ways to set up a perfect tag in for Reverse Flash. But if you're using Gold Blades, you do a special 3 with Silver Banshee, you back off 2 times into a special 1, and now you just yeet the other character out and hope he doesn't get hit or die. And that's not the most optimal thing. So what I figured out here, and it works for a lot of fights, I've tested this, that we tag Reverse Flash in, we back off 2 times, and while he is in a jump, while she's in a jump attack, we re-engage the combo. Or in a swipe right attack, I mean, she can get close from time to time with that too. Though again, it works partly because we are very likely to have both of her first specials disabled by Silver Banshee, and at the same time she usually doesn't have the energy to use a lot of them. Over there we almost messed up, but we're fine. Like, yeah, she's not likely to use the special 1 in there because in her mind, in her AI, she's like, nah, the enemy's too far away if I do that. But she could, at any point over here, when she's in jump attack, start using a special 2 or something. But thankfully, that doesn't happen too often to the point where it's really worth doing this. Again, we got only 1 disabled there, but I'm not gonna worry about it. All I worry about is the All Blade stacks. If it's only 1 disabled, that's fine. We'll tag out and we'll try again next time. What's important is staying on the 4 All Blade stacks. Combo interrupting, 2 hits, there we go, special 3. So yeah, I was talking about the start of the combo, but yeah, after back off 2 times, you engage with swipe right, tap 2 times, swipe right, and then combo interrupts, 2 hits, Silver Banshee in. If you do 2 hits with the tagging for Silver Banshee, you are guaranteeing the tagging for Silver Banshee, and at the same time, you're not wasting too much time to the point that you lose All Blades. Backing off 2 times, special 1, again, this is obviously only doable against targets that are combo interruptible. And yeah, the last special tree of the fight, there we go. And yeah, this is the highest damage I've done with Silver Banshee here. I don't think we would reach 40 million, but we did. So yeah, this is gonna be the Batman Ninja team. Like yeah, I've said previously that this team is going to do just as good as any character that you have maxed out to level 70 gears. And I'm like, yeah, let's put that theory to the test. So we have over here the Batman Ninja team that's gonna proceed to fight this. Then we'll have a level 70 gears Atlantean Armor Aquaman that's going to proceed to fight this as well. And we're going to see how much it really matters that we're really using the Bat Ninja team in this fight. Like, don't get me wrong, they're an amazing team in the rest of the fights, but over here they suck because of no access to lethal attack chance mainly, because that's what their damage mainly relies on. And yeah, obviously they're also going to hurt from no crits. The things that kind of stand out for them and the reasons why you should still kind of use them as a team, like the damage reduction is fine, at least we're not gonna die, I guess, though it's not a mandatory thing or anything. Then there is the armor reduction, that's totally not necessary because she doesn't have any armor. Then there is the passive that makes us start at a higher combo by Ninja Robin. I mean, it's not great, but it's something, and it actually does something, so I'll take it. And then there's Batman Ninja Gorilla Growth buffing our every 5th hit, I think. And when you see like a 42k on a 5th hit or something close to that, then that's definitely Growth passive doing it. Again, Sword of Salvation on Catwoman and the other 2 artifacts on the other 2 characters. I'm not gonna go over them again. But yeah, Sword of Salvation is going to be a huge help here because we're really missing with this team the power generation from the Growth passive, because as you know, to trigger that passive that's going to regenerate a bunch of energy for you, you actually need to hit lethals. And obviously you can't hit lethals if the enemy is immune to lethals. Also, something that I want to share with you, I don't know if any of you went through this phase, but I'm at the phase where I discovered the Monster Energy drink. Like, I'm gonna be off it most likely in 1 or 2 weeks. But it was, let's just say it was a period of exploring a lot of different flavors. Right now I have this one here, the green one. I have tried every single monster, and I can say that the 01, like the silver looking 01 is my favorite, but this one is pretty solid, not gonna lie. This is with apple juice. But yeah, back to the point. Let me know in the comments if you guys are drinking Monster and if you have explored all the flavors, because as far as I knew, the only flavor for me previously to discovering those types of things was the basic flavor that I don't really like. But yeah, getting back to this fight, so yeah, we're almost close to the end of it, and basically the gameplay here is that we build 2 combos into a special tree. Usually we're at 40 hits combo, sometimes we are like to 35 or something, but yeah, that's gonna be good enough. The one last special tree before the fight ends, and there we go. We did some damage, okay, but this is mostly because of the advent of Chaos Artifacts, 17 mil, and yeah, there we go, lads. Let's see how much my boy Atlantean Armor Aquaman can square up against the Batman Ninja Catwoman. Like, if he does at the very least 75% of the damage of it, I'm gonna be happy with it. We're going to have a Shazam because he was available, he was not used with the Influence Aquaman team, and we're going to give him a Speed Force Flash in order to buff up his fast attack chance. Again, same artifact, Sword of Salvation on Aquaman with his super move. The super move did a decent chunk of damage. It is not a perfect build, dude, for this. Like, for this situation specifically, I could use some more fast actions on him, because currently he only has the fast actions provided by Speed Force Flash and nothing from his gears. And also he's built with some defense that could be removed for some attacks, so not the most optimal scenario here. Also in this fight, as you will notice at some points, and I yet again found that pretty interesting, you don't realize how much health you actually have from the advent of Chaos Artifacts until you see the regeneration of Atlantean Armor Aquaman barely regenerating anything. Like, wait for me until I get hit really hard, because I think I will get at some point. Over here she's being crazy annoying. Boy, can I engage a combo, please? That'll be nice. And look at that damage. Keep in mind, we have close to max out defense on this dude. Yeah, getting back in there. And yeah, the healing skills with the attack, but not with the health for this dude. And usually when you're in normal modes, you're going to heal very quickly up to full health, but look how slow he is. And he's not regenerating low amounts, he's regenerating 5k health a second. This man's got heaps of health, and that just goes to prove how much health you receive from the Advent of Chaos artifacts. And yeah, one thing I kind of like about this type of fight, though again, I'd rather have my crits, thank you very much, but one thing I like is not having to worry about the specials not critting, because they are not gonna crit by default, so you can't get too mad at you getting unlucky. And with the special tree of Atlantean Moroccoman, it was a real problem, because a lot of times the first part of the special tree is going to deal lower damage, and the second part is going to deal higher damage. Usually the first part crits and the second one doesn't. But yeah, here we don't have to worry about that one. Trying to do 2 combos before special tree, so we have a little bit of a combo build to boost our damage. Could do it more often, but I don't feel like that's gonna be the most optimal gameplay. And yeah, a little bit of a spoiler, it will be slightly less than Catwoman did, though to be honest I had one mistake in addition with this dude compared to the Catwoman fight, so I lost like 10 seconds because of that. But yeah, in those 10 seconds he wouldn't have done the damage. But yeah, I hope you found it entertaining to see my boy Atlantean Moroccoman gotten out of the dust collecting section of my roster and being used a little bit here. Stay tuned, because we might be using this guy in some other further fights, maybe at some point. But yeah, with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!